back to the channel. In today's video, of course, we are discussing prepping. I'm going to tell you a little bit about when I've started prepping and why I'm prepping, and then we'll go through all of my 10 items that if I were to start prepping again, they'll be my top pick of items to start. So if you're not sure where to start, hopefully they will help you. So I've started prepping, maybe like some preppers, around Brexit time. Brexit obviously was a few years ago, and we were told by the government that certain foods will disappear off the shelves. It could be long delays in, delivering food. So basically anything that I wanted to have that I thought I wouldn't be able to have, I started basically just piling up in my cupboard. And there wasn't particularly anything that, I was not buying a lot of like pasta. This wasn't really on my list of priorities. My list of priority was, let's buy some wine in case we can't get some wine from France, or, let's buy some tin tomatoes because a lot of them are from Italy, or let's buy some olive oil again because they come from like the Greece or Spain or Italy. So basically there was my sort of things that I was buying in bulk to keep in my cupboard. Alongside, I always was one of those people that always had always been prepared for just to have food. So the family and the country I grew up in, basically we always prepared, we always preserve, we always do all sorts of preps just as a nature to be able to have food in the cupboard for whatever happens. So obviously shortly after the Brexit, the COVID hit, and we all know, of course, people panicked. As I've mentioned probably in some videos before, I wasn't the one going in the shops and queuing up because I had enough in my cupboard basically to get us through. None of us knew how long the situation was going to last. However, I didn't feel the need to panic because I thought, well, it's going to be okay because I have some resources. So basically from then, when it's been going on for longer than anticipated and you can see more and more empty shelves appearing, I started to sort of worry a little bit shortly after and thinking, you know what, after all this over, I just need to make sure that I do not put my family through this fear of not having something that we need to have. And this is probably where many preppers have started. It's basically once you experience if you have experience in life, when you experience shortage or something that affects you, I think you quickly change your frame of mind and kind of want to make sure as a human being that this situation doesn't happen again and doesn't affect your family again. So why am I prepping now? Obviously the COVID's over. No one really knows what's going to happen. If you read the news, obviously things that are going on in different countries where there's drought or war or whatever is going on there. None of us really know what's going to happen. And many of you might think, well, nothing's going to happen. Well, things may be unlikely to happen. Certain things may be unlikely to happen, but doesn't mean they won't. And don't forget, there's many, many other things that could happen in your life that could literally turn your life upside down. It literally could turn your life in a day upside down. And if you're not ready, you don't have that safety blanket of basically at least having your food on the table. I've mentioned to you that I have an OCD, which is obsessive compulsive disorder. That means that I have to do things, I would say, properly, tidily, and I constantly worry about certain things that could potentially happen. So this is potentially part of my obsession with the prepping. However, prepping is kind of a way of life because as I said from my childhood, I always sort of lived in a family where things have been prepared. We always had the cupboards full. We always did our preparation. So whether it's a big part, the OCD big part of it, I don't know. But I do feel that it's not just consuming my life, but because things are progressing and the way the economy is going right now, it's not something that we're going to be recovering from anytime soon. And this is the situation, and my OCD gives me that feeling that I really have to do this. I have to do this for my family so bad things don't happen again. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking. That was the first part of the video for all of you who wanted to know why and a little bit and when. And this is going to be the short one. So if you're not sure where to start prepping, these are my items what I would choose now if I'm to start prepping right now. First thing, that they're not in any order of any priority, it's just the things that I would choose to put in my basket and to put away in the cupboard. Rice. It's very cheap right now, still for now, and it's easily to store and it will last you, well, 1 kilo will last you quite a while. We have porridge oats. again, guys, that can give you breakfast or snack, or you can make like flapjacks, that kind of thing. We have pasta, again, obvious thing. So with rices and pastas, we have to have like tin tomatoes to go, tin tomatoes, jars of sauces, that kind of thing, you know, something that you would eat with your pasta. So never just basically just go and buy yourself a lot of pasta if you don't have anything to eat it with. I have a lot of pasta and I'm still quite far behind of having a bit of sauces and tins to go with the pasta. So this is still on my list, continuous growing list of basically buying stuff. Right, so with rices, don't forget, guys, you can buy jars of like curry sauces, that kind of thing. And if you got then tinned vegetables, like maybe chickpeas as well, you can do easy vegetarian curry. So anyway, different matter. So couscous, it might come a little bit like a surprise, but couscous made from a semolina flour, and basically you don't have to, I know it says ready in 10 minutes, but couscous, you don't really have to cook it. Quite often when I do cook couscous, I just boil a bit of boiling water, put a little bit in the plastic container, put the boiling water on top, close the lid, leave it for 5 minutes, and it's ready to use. So if there's any issues with the electricity costs, which there will be, and it's just basically quick and easy, and it's really tasty. Okay, then we have obviously meats and fishes, like tinned tuna or tinned meat. You need protein, so if you can't get any meat or it's too expensive, it's really handy to have the tins. Strongly suggest buying them now. They are going in price a lot, pretty much on a weekly basis. So if you are starting prepping that, out of all things there, I would buy like meat and the pasta if you really have to get something like tomorrow. Right, water, and I'm not just talking bottled water. It's just, obviously I have this as an example, but basically anything that will give you fresh water. I do strongly suggest, if you have the space and the funds, is to get and have bottled water on hand, at least a little bit, just in case we don't have any access to water in a tub. So just have some ready so you can actually boil yourself pasta if you need to. And the last but not least is oil. Be it the olive oil or vegetable oil, whatever you cook with, have some on hand, because as you can see now, you're probably aware that Lidl got the limit on oil, so you can only buy 3. We're going through this stage where there is no oil available because people literally just swept off the shelves when the situation happened between Russia and Ukraine. So this is something that I strongly suggest, and I do have a few bits in the cupboard, so if anything happens, you guys got it covered basically anyway. So, and of course, as I mentioned to you, it's sanitary items, just to have anything you need, like whatever you do for personal hygiene, nappies, that kind of thing. So that's basically that. So yes, guys, hopefully you found it helpful. I do apologize, I was rambling on in the beginning, but I just wanted to get the sort of point across, an idea why I prep, why that I do things that I do. And of course, you might do things differently, you might totally think differently, and the list to you is your priorities might not be that. But as I mentioned, guys, this is literally my 10 things that I would choose to start prepping now. So anyway, thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.